Virgo, if you feel like the world or the people around you are testing your boundaries, then listen up because this message found you for a reason. The May astrology points to the fact that your boundaries are about to be tested as far as your routines, your relationships, because the next chapter of your life is going to demand strong foundations. Now, with that being said, if you are a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or if you just felt intuitively called to click on this video, then I'm sure that there's a message here for you. But as always, this is a collective Virgo read, so take whatever resonates and leave whatever doesn't at the door. With that being said, I am Tasha. Welcome to Mountain Moon Tarot and Virgo. This is your May Tarot and Astrology update. We are starting off with some pre-draw messages from Spirit. This tells me that right now you're at a place of being bogged down. You probably have a lot of emotional baggage that's been unaddressed, or maybe you're carrying the weight of responsibility completely alone and you are absolutely tapped out. But we have the Two of Cups coming in, and that indicates that support is either entering your life right now or it is about to. And that means that you are going to be able to lighten this load and release some of the emotional baggage. And then by the end of May, we are getting the King of Cups energy. So this tells me that by the end of May, there's not going to be any more emotional suppression. You're not going to be carrying the weight of the world on your back. And you are cleaning the salt out of your wounds and being more realistic in your goals so that you can find balance in all areas of your life. And this will allow meaningful connections to flow freely to you, and it will allow for your own emotional recalibration. So this is already a very potent message of where you are and where you're headed, but I cannot wait to dive deeper into this message. And we are going to kick it off here with some angel numbers. So without further ado, Spirit, what's the angel numbers around the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups? All right. We have clarity coming in. This is 555. Transformation, change, opportunity, momentum, process, success, adaptability, and achievements. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a beneficiary, enriching your life experience. By embracing and adapting to change, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Trust that everything is unfolding for the best. You are achieving your goals and everything will work out perfectly in the end. This is basically what we were just saying. Your next chapter is going to be absolutely big, bold, and beautiful. But at the same time, we have to have some changes and some clarity coming in so that we can set the foundations, and those can be strong foundations that will be long lasting. So that's beautiful confirmation already. And then I do want to get some confirmation on this King of Cups energy here. Spirit, what's the angel number around the King of Cups? And we got this one that wanted to get hung up. Act on your ideals. So we have 0220. This is about practical goals, divine timing, ambition, collaboration, discipline, progress, opportunities, and growth. It's funny that the verbiage practical goals would come out here because Virgo, you guys are a little bit of perfectionists. And sometimes you can set unrealistic goals for yourself and you put too much weight on yourself that's unnecessary. So I like that this card came out. Good fortune is on your side, and with wise judgment, you can achieve your goals. Now is the perfect time to reach new heights. Recognize this pattern and act on your potential. Your plans are about to flourish. You're on the brink of a spectacular ascent. Embrace the opportunities ahead. I feel like you're going to have a lot of opportunities this month, if I'm being honest. And I can't wait to dive into the tarot and get more in-depth energy updates on you guys. So with that being said, we're going to tap right into this to the 1st of May and the Scorpio full moon on the 1st of May. So Spirit, what does Virgo need to know with the Scorpio full moon? And we have the 2 of Wands coming out. So this is about finding your direction. It's about finding your purpose. This Scorpio full moon hits your 3rd house of communication, mindset, contracts, siblings, and truth. You're going to have revelatory conversations. Can't talk today. And you're going to see truths about relationships, Things are going to surface that you might like or that you might not like, but it's going to allow you to see the bigger picture so that you can end toxic patterns. This is not just a surface level full moon, by the way. This is a time for you to stop overanalyzing anything that you've been overanalyzing, and it's a time for you to really trust your instincts. Is there anything else that they need to know around the Scorpio full moon? All right, we have the night. Whoa, we've got a lot of stuff coming out here. The cards just want to fly out of the deck today, Virgo. But we've got two that immediately came up. We have the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this is going to bring in some conversations. There's information that's coming in, and it's coming in rapidly. And this is going to expose some hidden motives because we have justice coming out behind that. There's going to be some difficult conversations that need to be had around any toxic relationships or friendships that you've had in your life. This could also be work relationships. Doesn't always have to be platonic or romantic. So just keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of hidden motives that surface, and this is going to be a difficult conversation to have, but ultimately it's going to lead to your healing. And you're going to be able to make decisions from a standpoint of grounded practicality. And this allows us to step into that Two of Wands energy to chart our new path forward. We're getting clear goals, clear direction, and we are leaving anything behind that does not serve us. So this information is going to absolutely be beneficial to your healing and to moving into this King of Cups energy. So far, I really like the messages that are coming out. We have on the 2nd of May, we have Mercury that goes into Taurus, and this is going to bring you a little bit of nervous system stability. So you may have felt like your nervous system's been on the fritz. And just so you know, Virgo, you do really well in Taurus placements because Taurus is slow. It's an earth sign just like you, and it allows for the precision and the meticulous planning that Virgos love. So Spirit, what do they need to know about Mercury going into Taurus? Mercury is also communication, so that could be the time that this information comes in. All the Three of Wands. So we're not just getting our direction. This is going to be the catalyst. We've got our direction, and then this is going to be the catalyst to boldly move forward and chart the new path to your new life. So we are absolutely not going to be stuck. We're not going to be stagnant. And in order to move forward, I feel like we're going to release the emotional baggage. Now, the Scorpio full moon is a great time to release emotional baggage because Scorpio does a deep dive into emotions, and they're not afraid to tackle the hard truths. So with the Scorpio full moon, it's a good time for you to look at things and ask yourself, like, where am I sacrificing? Can I keep functioning this way? What systems am I a part of that currently drain my soul? Where am I performing versus living? And what habits do I have that are absolutely controlling me that I need to let go? And once you address that and release it, we can boldly move forward. Now, we also have on the 6th Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius, and this is absolutely huge for you, Virgo. This is going to expose the areas where everything is unsustainable. This could be routines, work environments, health habits, and absolutely burnout, which is indicated by this 10 of Wands. So we are going to stop obsessing over productivity and over things being perfect. So Spirit, what does Pluto going retrograde bring in for Virgo? All right. We got a few that are getting hung up here, but I'm going to shuffle again. All right, there it is. Temperance. So this is going to absolutely bring some mediation in so that you can get balance. You're going to have to do some shadow work around your perfectionism. You're going to have to ask yourself the hard questions that I told you about just a minute ago with the Scorpio full moon. Can I keep functioning this way? Where am I performing versus living? And what habits are controlling me? And then the temperance is going to come in as your medicine, your mediator, and it's going to ask you to move forward from a place of grounded practicality. What is realistic? What's not? Where have you been holding your expectations too high? And where have you been setting the bar too low? And this is going to help you balance it out and come back to that spiritual and physical equilibrium. And then underneath that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this indicates that things are changing. The wheel is turning. And then on the 16th, we have the new moon in Taurus. And this is the best transit for you in the entire month of May. This is your manifestation portal. Again, it's in your fellow earth sign Taurus. And this is the fertile ground for planting seeds that will equal growth that's slow but steady. So Spirit, what do they need to know around the May 16th new moon in Taurus? This is also a great time to set intentions. So anything that's not serving you, any habits that are controlling you, this is a great time to reframe those and refine those. Because if you plant the seeds for manifestation, you are coming out abundant. You are coming out wealthy. You are coming out from a place of pure potential. The King of Pentacles is absolutely the pinnacle of wealth and abundance. He has all the finer things in life, and this gives you the chance to create the life of your dreams. But you have to plant the seeds in order for the flowers to grow. So be sure that you're planting the right seeds, and be sure that you're using these astrological transits to your advantage. All right, we also have on the 21st, we have the sun going into Gemini, and the attention is going to shift from the internal work and the inner turmoil to more visibility. I feel like you're going to heal your emotional disparities by that point. You're going to address any demons or skeletons in the closet, and you are going to start focusing externally on how the world views you, and you're going to have a major career focus. Do not scatter your energy at this time, because Gemini is air, and air can be a little scatterbrained. So we just want to make sure that we are absolutely focused and that we're not scattered with our energy. So what do they need to know around work? And honestly, I feel like this King of Pentacles could be related to work as well, because maybe you are absolutely mastering your job. Maybe you're getting that promotion, which is going to lead to your wealth and abundance. But we are going to clarify. So Spirit, what is the information that needs to come out around their career focus and this sun going into Gemini moment? All right, we got one wanting to come out clearly. This is Three of Cups. You're going to be celebrated. You're going to have collaborations, teamwork. Through teamwork and through determination, you are going to absolutely be celebrated in your job and in your career, and this is going to lead to your wealth and stability long term. So whatever you're working on at work, whether you work in a professional setting or whether you work for yourself, this is a great time to really refine your skills and plant the seeds for your future. Be clear on what you want to accomplish when it comes to your career, and go ahead and place that order to the universe. Be very specific and mindful in what you ask for, and trust that it's already done, and that is absolutely going to come to fruition for you if you stay the course, because that is indicated here by the King of Pentacles. And then, yes, underneath that, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is you are mastering your craft. You probably shine brighter than most people in your role at work. You probably absolutely put in the time, the effort, the energy, and maybe you felt like you've been pushed aside or put to the back burner for quite some time. But towards the end of this month, you're really going to start to be celebrated and appreciated, and your worth is going to be recognized. So hold your course and do not give up. All right, we have on the 26th, we have Mars that's going square to Pluto, and this is actually the most volatile time of the month for you. So I definitely want to tap into that. There may be pressure, there may be power struggles, exhaustion. You may tap back into that OCD type thinking, but this energy can transform or it can consume. So it's important that we channel it into exercise, decluttering, discipline, focus, all the good things, so that we don't get too lost in the chaos. So Spirit, what's the main takeaway for the Mars going square to Pluto for Virgo? the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is about going at things from a fresh, new perspective. He's idealistic, he's romantic, he doesn't take himself or others too seriously. He just flows like water. And so I think this is a great time, and I think this is Spirit's message for you to just use that time to just flow. Whatever happens, do not take it personally. Do not dwell on it, and channel your energy into something productive, because the benefits are going to outweigh the cons at this time of the month. And if you stay focused and dedicated, you are absolutely leaning into this King of Cups energy, which is that healed emotional nervous system regulation. So you may be tried again. Let's just be clear there. You may see some trials toward the end of the month, but it is a test and you can overcome it and you can use it to your benefit. But we have to stay the course. And then on the 31st, we do have a double full moon month in May. The 31st ends with a full moon in Sag. And this closes the month with emotional accumulation around home, family, emotional security. This kind of asks you, Virgo, where do I belong? Which environments emotionally drain me, which ones emotionally fulfill me. And we're kind of coming full circle back to that emotional bliss and peace, or healing the emotional turmoil that we started out with. So what do we need to know around the full moon in Sag, and what should Virgo focus on at that time? The Hangman, we're going to get new perspectives, or you need to get a new perspective on something. If something hasn't panned out, or if you feel like that you just can't get over certain things from the past, then maybe we need to look at those heavy burdens from a new perspective. What did we learn at that time? What did that lesson teach us? Albeit hard, how did we grow? And if you look at that and you really feel into the emotions and look at it from a new vantage point, we can then tap into that inner healing, and we can transmute the pain into something more beautiful and positive moving forward. Like I said, we're laying the foundational work right now for the next chapter of your life, for the next 7 years. So we want to lay strong foundations. And then underneath we have the Seven of Wands. If you lean into Spirit's message today, you will absolutely be victorious. You will be celebrated. You will be emotionally healed, emotionally fulfilled, and you will be wealthy and abundant because you are stepping into your prosperity phase. This is your era of abundance. This is your era of peace. This is your era of no more overcompensating. This is your era of I am in full control of my life, and I choose the way I feel. I choose the actions that lead to abundance and wealth. And I am celebrated because I am loved, honored, and respected, and I am absolutely victorious. So this is absolutely a beautiful message, Virgo. I'm going to round this out with some oracle cards to see what else Spirit has, what encouragement that Spirit wants to leave you guys with. But Spirit, with that being said, what's the final messages here for Virgo? What do they need to know for May? All right. The desert passage. There is a divine plan, loves. This journey, this past cycle has been absolutely excruciatingly hard, but trust that there's beauty in the passage. This is a barren wasteland, and you may feel like you've been a part of a barren wasteland for a long time, but you are absolutely stepping into a brand new, wonderful oasis. I don't know why that word came to my mind. I don't use that word often, but that's here for a reason. Your life is about to change, and we just have to trust. We have to let down the emotional burdens, do the shadow work that's needed to heal, transmute, and continue to trust the journey, because the journey is leading you to the most beautiful destination. And honestly, we don't know what we don't know what we want if we don't get some of the things we don't want. In order to know you don't like something, you have to kind of experience it. And so maybe some of these things that you've been a part of or been stuck in were your building blocks to be like, I know that I don't like that, and I know that I want to move forward on a different path. So just trust the divine plan. And Spirit, is there any other messages coming out for Virgo? Travel lightly. Simplify your life. Even if you have to do it one step at a time, put down those wands. Whatever burdens you're holding, it's time to free yourself up. Look, this guy's pack is empty. This guy's pack is full. So we need to let down the weight, let our guard down, and trust that Spirit has our back. Trust that there is a divine plan and release those burdens one by one. Get rid of them as quickly as you can and as efficiently as you can so that you can step into the simplistic beauty of the path that is ahead of you. Like I said, you are laying the foundations for the next 7 years. And I feel like this month starts with a lot of emotional intensity and it ends with greater clarity and stronger foundations propelling you into the future. I really hope this resonates, guys. If it does, drop me a comment below to let me know where you're at on your path. I would love to connect and support you. And also, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support of this channel. I really love connecting with you guys and I love seeing the engagement. And I'm so grateful for you. And if you're new, I'm grateful for you as well. Welcome. I hope you'll stick around. And with that, I'm going to say that I'm sending you all so much love and light until the next time. Bye bye.